And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Kyle, how are we doing today?
Pretty good. Got a bit of a headache, but yeah, just
Yeah,
some interesting topics today, some nice little surprises.
yes, that's right. Kyle never has anything to say unless there's an ailment. But
It's proper killing.
anyway, let's just jump into the first topic. This is coming from My Time to Shine. Hello. Apparently, Sam Raimi is the top choice in Marvel right now in Marvel Studios to direct Avengers: Secret Wars. Right. I like Sam Raimi as a director. I think I think he's a great director, and multiverse. I'll say this: multiverse of madness from a direction point of view. Like if you looking at it like the way it was directed pretty well. Uh, so yeah, it had all the little Raimiisms and stuff like that in it. From a direction point of view, Multiverse of Madness was great. Right inside, not so great, but obviously he co-wrote it with Michael Waldron, so yeah. But from a pure directing standpoint, I liked Multiverse of Madness. Is Sam Raimi my number one pick to direct Avengers: Secret Wars? No, I think you know, I think the Russo brothers should be that number one spot. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it if it happened. I feel like he could get on the same page with Kevin Feige and get this done. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Kyle?
Big fat no.
Big fat no.
No. I love the original, well, the Toby, I'm not going to say original, but the Toby Maguire Spider-Man films, I love them to bits. Callum didn't actually know how much I love those movies, but now he does after watching No Way Home. Sorry, I'm flashing a little bit. Let me try fix this. Um, but no, I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness. It was okay. I get it. Yeah, the writing wasn't the best.
That's where Multiverse of Madness suffered. The writing.
Well, for me, it were the whole fact of it's called Multiverse of Madness, and like I feel like Spider-Man: No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness should have had their titles swapped because I mean you know, it yeah, it wasn't very multiversal. They go to maybe one of a majority of the story takes part in one other universe, and they kind of flash jump into other universes just a little bit. It wasn't all that. The multiverse of madness bit was like a 20-second thing when they go through with America Chavez. That is it. That is the madness that you're gonna get from that film, which is a bit disappointing considering it has this big title. But a title isn't everything. I get it, but when you've done Toby popping up and Andrew popping up, and they're really hinting at, oh, we're going to do big multiversal stuff. This didn't do anything big multiversal wise. I feel like they showed too much in the trailer as well. That
All right,
didn't
but
help.
that's the marketing department, and it was called Multiverse of Madness before Sam Raimi got involved. What do you think of Sam Raimi as a director? For like, as just out of pure directing standpoint.
Uh, no, because we've seen it in the past with Spider-Man 3 when the studio tells him to do certain things and add certain characters, which Secret Wars is gonna need to happen
Yeah.
with Kevin Feige. Then no. If Kevin Feige wasn't in the picture and he built this Secret Wars up himself, like say he was in a similar spot as like Kevin Feige, then yeah. But because it's not. So no.
Yeah. Who would be your number one choice then to direct?
In our ideal world, it would be the Russo brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. Another interesting one I heard the other day was Chad Stahelski and David Leitch. Obviously, both co-directed the first John Wick, and Chad Stahelski stayed on to do the other John Wick films, but then David Leitch has done stuff like Hobbs and Shaw, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train. So if they came back and teamed up back together, to do Secret Wars. I like that idea.
I do. I gotta be honest. I feel like they're really good at action, and the story is like the action's there for them, and the story's there. That's not to say the little bit of story that they do isn't bad.
Do you know what? I think they did amazing world building in them John Wick films. Amazing.
Yeah,
The world
yeah.
is a character in John Wick.
Yeah, but this is going back to me saying with the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers know this
And they can play well in this studio environment.
exactly, and it gives them a bit of you know, and what it's something we're familiar with. It's the Marvel vibe. I get it. You know, you want to try something different, kind of like how they did with Shang-Chi. Actually, I saw someone complain about Shang-Chi the other day, saying how it was bland and boring, and I was just like,
it's in that point of its life cycle. It's taken a little bit longer than like No Way Home. No Way Home got to that point in its life cycle like 6 months after No Way Home came out, and it's like No Way Home's a bad film. It's like fucking shut up.
it was all hype. Yeah, I know. It's like shut up. I know, yeah, but yeah, no, I like I said before, Russo brothers know this. They'll be able to, you know, like you said before. I know it's not the main thing, but they can do like little callbacks and things like that, and just they're good at doing big ensemble cast, big teams. You know, we've theorized that this could have 3 main Avengers teams dealing with something in the film. And, you know, the Russo brothers, they'd be the perfect guys to do it.
Even their smallest film, Winter Soldier, dealt with Cap, Nick Fury, Black Widow, Falcon, the Winter Soldier. You know, all these other characters in it. Crossbones. So, Alexander Pierce. So, my number 1 pick is still the Russo brothers with hopes of...
I just hope that they nail it down soon. And I hope they don't do it last minute where you know, they kind of have to rush and get back into shape of it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I'd like for them to maybe direct a film beforehand.
Okay.
You know, not Kang Dynasty.
Where do you see that fitting in? Like,
I don't know.
I've got a fucking great option.
Go on.
Which I think would probably work pretty well. Armor Wars.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Give them that.
I mean, the roadie stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But I still think that movie should be called War Machine.
Yeah. You know what they're like with title changes.
Yeah, I just think Armor Wars sounds really
dumb,
weird. Yeah,
it could like be War Machine Armor Wars if they want that still in the title.
Nah, I just don't get Armor Wars.
Just the name War Machine would fucking kill.
Exactly. It sounds so much better. It sounds more bulkier. It's more familiar with people. But with Armor Wars, it's just like, it sounds like, you know, you see like those really discounted, like not discounted, but those really like cheap knockoff toys that you see where it's like Man Spider or, you know, something like that. And then you just see like a knockoff little toy Iron Man and it just says Armor Wars on the box.
Yeah.
That's just what I picture when I hear Armor Wars. Armor Man, yeah. You know, so that's where I stand with the title on that. With the directing standpoint, we've spoke about this before, so we won't rehash it. But Russo brothers, they're the only guys that I feel like they've proved themselves able to do it. You know, do you know what? James Gunn could potentially do it.
He's not allowed. He's a part of his
no,
DC contract.
I know, but I'm saying he could be potentially another contender if it wasn't for the DC.
Maybe. He's only got a 5-year contract with DC, so he could even if he stayed on at DC, he could renegotiate his terms. But I still don't think he would put time and energy into that when he's got.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he is capable. That's what I mean. He's capable to do it. It's just at this moment in time,
I think
everything that's happened.
He's a better option than the Russo brothers, personally. But you know, I just don't want to put that in my head so much because I know it just won't happen.
But if there's anyone that can, if anyone has the capability, what I'm saying is, it's him as well. But with the circumstances that they have, no, it's not gonna happen.
I'm still saying someone they're sleeping on, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
He, you know, that first Black Panther, the CGI in the last fight was a bit weak, and
well, that wasn't him.
Yeah, and he did what he
had to do. I think blame Marvel for that.
Yeah, he did what he had to do with Wakanda Forever. He made the best out of a bad situation with Wakanda Forever. But his films before that, Fruit. Have you seen Fruitvale Station?
Hmm.
That's that is summer, and obviously the first Creed.
Agreed.
Yeah, I I still think Ryan Coogler. That's one that everyone's sleeping on. So yeah, but anyway, Kyle. Monsters, 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 monsters.
Sorry, can I just say the director of the Spider-Man films is also? I think he'd be a good contender. Can we just go back? Sorry,
Yeah, we've gone
I
back.
think I'm sorry. I think he'd be a good pick as well, just
He
because.
was supposed to do Fantastic Four, wasn't he? But now he's not.
Yeah,
Why have I
he'd be
forgotten
perfect
his
for Fantastic.
name?
Uh, uh, Anyways, the guy who did the
Yeah,
well, the really good director. Sorry, I'm bad with names, but the really great director of the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. He is a great choice as well because for me, he was able to get these. He had to put Iron Man in the first film. I'm pretty sure contractually obligated to put these characters in the films, wasn't he? Well, Marvel and Spider-Man, the whole Sony thing. So I'm pretty sure they had to have one main big MCU character in, which they did, and they did it with so in Homecoming you had Iron Man, and then you had obviously you had a little bit of Shocker. I feel like Shocker could have been done a bit better. I won't lie, but then you had obviously
we
Vulture
had
as a
two
villain.
Shockers.
Yeah, we had two
Two
Shockers, which
Shockers, Tinkerer and Vulture.
Tinkerer as well. Yeah. And then in Far From Home, you had obviously Mysterio, Nick Fury, Hill, Maria Hill, and then obviously you had you've got like the classmates and the teachers and stuff. These are all characters that he has to put effort into to make interesting and likable, and we like all the characters in the film. And then obviously in No Way Home, I mean, he's dealing with a hand here where he's had to deal with characters that he's not built up himself. He's having to shape them into to work
Incorporate
in
them
this.
into his story. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is also a great pick. I think it'd be new and interesting. Because he did, No Way Home's pretty long, and he did a really good job with that. The pacing on that film is just, you know.
Yeah.
But sorry, I just had to put that out there as well because I feel like that's really good.
Just a side note as well. He's also doing the next Star Wars show, I believe. Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
He's quite
I'm
heavily
looking
involved in
forward to that.
Yeah. But speaking of shows, we got another segue there. Actually, this one's coming to Apple TV Plus. Monarch. What is it? Legendary Legend of the
Legend of the Monsters.
Legend of the
Or
Monsters.
Legacy. No, it's Legacy of the
Legacy
Monsters.
of the Monsters. I refuse to call it that. I'm just going to call it Monarch. We got a new trailer. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Obviously, we've seen some Zilla in there. A few hints of Kong as well. John Goodman is in the trailer. I'm pretty sure it's the stuff he was recording in Kong Skull Island that we got in that trailer. But yeah, I'm intrigued. What do you think of the trailer?
I'm very excited. I feel like this is, for me. I feel I'm. Do you know what? Kong versus Godzilla was all hype. That was definitely a movie with all the hype. This, on the other hand, I am very excited for because I just know it's going to be a great, mystery kind of thing, and it's gonna, it's gonna be, it's kind of like how what the first Godzilla movie did. I love that film. I know a lot of people kind of like, Godzilla's in it for what 8 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I get that, but the story in the film kept you gripped with the human side, and we're gonna see more of the human side because the human side stuff in Kong versus Godzilla, I didn't dig it. Even with the cast they had,
Do you know
obviously
what's
Millie Bobby
crazy?
Brown. Go on.
This franchise, the version of this franchise, this reboot, is nearly 10 years old.
Mm.
It's amazing they've kept it going that long. But yeah, go on. You were saying Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, and obviously the kid who is I don't know his name. He's in Deadpool 2, Fire Fist, and
Um,
obviously
yeah, Julian Dennison.
and obviously the dude who's like conspiracy with them, the older guy. He's in
Um,
obviously.
Brian Tyree
Uh,
Henley. Henry.
yeah,
Paperboy. Paperboy.
Paperboy from Atlanta,
Yeah.
or
Fast
um,
Horse.
he was
Eternals.
also he was in Bullet Train as well.
Mm.
He was really good in that. Yeah, no, I'm excited for the human side of this, and I feel like it'll be done
Yeah.
much better than
Now,
that.
but do you think this will be the biggest sin of this show would be if we didn't get that much Godzilla in it? Because they've shown stuff in the trailer. But what if we only get an extra minute of Godzilla compared to this? Do you think that'd be quite a big, letdown in this show? Because this show, to me, it's not about the monsters. It's about the organization, Monarch. But I feel like they're still trying to market it as a Godzilla, or especially a Godzilla show. But for me, this is just about the organization, and we're going to get little bits of Godzilla and maybe Kong throughout.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, but I feel like a lot of people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be the same situation as the first Godzilla. It's like it's a great film. It's just not enough Godzilla for
Yeah,
a film. I get it. I get it. The film is called Godzilla, and you kind of want to go in expecting crazy, over the top explosions and actions and stuff, which you do get in the film, but it focuses more on the story than anything. And I feel like this is what this show's gonna do. It's gonna focus on the story. It's gonna focus on Monarch. It's gonna focus on the mysteries and the brief hints of like past civilizations and the previous movies they've done, all the Black Ink, Black Ops and Top
yeah,
Secrets. I'm down for this. I'm really down for this.
yeah. It looks
I'll
like it's
say
going to jump
this.
into them early stages of like all the files you see, like at the beginning of
Yeah, that's what I want.
the
That's what I
beginning of
want. I
Godzilla.
hope it. I hope it does it well. I
Yeah,
hope it's not just some stupid shit because I really hope they pull this off, which I think they will. Great casting with obviously
Wyatt Russell and Kurt
yeah,
Russell. Yeah,
exactly, both playing the same character but at different times. That is fantastic.
yeah. So I've got a
Um,
feeling it's going to be Kurt Russell's character, like telling his story to
yeah,
someone, and then
potentially, yeah, I could see that. Obviously this is going to be on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV, but if
this
I'm not
intrigues me to get it.
see, there is some good things on Apple TV. There's For All Mankind, which is brilliant. I love that. It's not like the best show in the world or anything, but I just really enjoy it. It's to do with space and stuff. It's like an alternative history.
Got Joel
But
Kinnaman.
with yeah. But the for me personally, which if you don't know, if you have a PlayStation 5, I still think it still goes on. You get like 6 months for free on Apple TV if you go to the app. So if you like go over to the app and go down, it's you got free 6 months to for Apple TV with your PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So I'll just if I've still got that, I'll use that.
But yeah, this is coming out in November 17th.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure on an episode length yet, but yeah.
I think it'll be quite beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
just off topic completely. Are we getting the Continental this month?
Oh wait,
I
is
think
it
we
this
are.
month?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Could be wrong. But Kyle, you're gonna be thrilled about this next topic. You know, all your
Fuck me.
nightmares are coming true.
Oh, piss off.
Craig Mazin has confirmed that Abby has
Oh,
been cast for season 2 of The Last of Us. Suck it in for a minute. Just let that in. We knew it were coming. They've already said that they're going to stay pretty close to the game, but just change things where they need to be changed. Let's just jump straight to you. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm pretty sure you can tell by my face. Listen, right. Obviously, no spoilers and stuff. As best I can. If they're doing this in 2 separate seasons, then they're sticking it with the game, or they're trying to add things to the second season that wasn't in the second game. So a little bit more stuff at the back end before a certain event happens. Because after that certain event, it is then just very and then it focuses on this new. This is what I was saying before. This Abby character, I'd say like I'd say a little bit over 60%. For me, when I played the game, I felt like I was playing more as Abby, and the game was trying to get me to like and get along with Abby. I just couldn't after certain events as well. Not because of that, but I just couldn't. The character didn't grip me at all. I wanted to play as Ellie and continue her story. But unfortunately, it wasn't. You know me with I love the Halo franchise, and Halo 5 did the same thing. It was like they pitted it as this Locke versus Master Chief, and you played as Locke for like 90% of the game. It's the same thing with The Last of Us 2. You want to play as these characters that hyped it up, and you just don't. You play as the less part of the game. I mean, I'll say this: there is one cool moment towards the end of the game with Ellie and Abby, but I won't spoil it. There is like one cool moment I personally think is pretty good, but everything else still doesn't justify for me the whole package. And I hope they do it well.
I think they will.
I mean, I hope so. If not, here's the thing. I am happy with just the first season of The Last of Us. I can
If
watch
not,
that.
we've got like the perfect first season of TV there.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you don't even have to count that. It doesn't matter. Nothing in that goes back to this. Maybe I think there's going to be maybe potentially one episode in the seat because, obviously in the game, kind of a spoiler, not really. The game's been out a long time. If you really wanted to play it, play it. I don't recommend it.
It's been out like,
But
what? When did it come out? 2019?
I think 2019. I think, yeah. But I'll say this: there's a flashback to the events of the first game, but it's not. It's not something that you see in the first game or the first season. It's just something new, and it's a really, really nice moment between Joel and Ellie. But that's it. You know,
I
that's
think we're going to get them flashback things throughout the season.
no. It's one. It's one.
I think we're going to get more.
I don't think we will.
I think we will.
I don't think we will. If they're doing what I think they're doing, and they're stretching the second game into 2 seasons, which is, logically it makes sense because the game is really fucking long. And it focuses mainly on Abby and Ellie's story. Then they're gonna have to do that. But for me personally, I'm just, maybe this next season it's just gonna focus mainly on Ellie and it's gonna be great, and then the final season is gonna be just about Abby. I mean, I don't think they'll do that because the game goes back and forth.
I tell you right now, Kyle, if anything, it's going to be Ellie episode, Abby episode, Ellie episode, Abby episode, Ellie episode, Abby episode. If anything. But then I think that's a bad way of storytelling. I think they can break both, episodes down into what's Abby doing, what's Ellie doing.
I'll say this, and this is my final say on this. If they make Abby a more compelling character for me to get on board with, if they do a better job for me personally, I didn't get on board with her in the games. That's not to slay any of the writers or anything like that off. She just was not an interesting character to me. Maybe they can change that. Maybe they can improve on that, like they kind of did with the I've forgotten the dude's name. The couple, and they had their own little Bill. Yeah. He was just kind of a we don't really see much of his character in the first game, and then they expanded upon that, and it got you to really love this character, and the story they told with it. They could maybe do the same with Abby in a sense of just improving.
That's, this is the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020. They know what people's reactions was to Abby.
Mm-hmm.
They have got all the information they need to do 100% course correction on this if they want to. You know, it's not like the adapting the beloved game, you know, in the beginning and thinking, oh, people will be mad if we change this little thing. People will be mad if we change this little thing. I think people will be happy with no matter what changes are made to Abby. Because not a very well loved character. And they know that, and they know what they need to do and go, right, how can we do this better to make this appeal to our fan base? And that's why I've got faith in it. They've done the trial run. They know what doesn't work. Let's try something else now.
Do you know what it is with the second game and its story column is it tried to make me see it from another point of view of how they view Joel and Ellie, and I feel like you kind of get that already, even with this show. It makes it very clear that Joel's not a good person.
Yeah.
Ellie's been through shit. You know, I've already got that context. So why did the second game have to go on that more? Because at the end of the game, spoiler alert, it's not that big of a spoiler. Abby ends up having I think it's like a little girl with her, and it's just like they're trying to like, you know, copy and paste Joel and Ellie, but they're different characters, and it's like, oh, you like these guys, you know, but these guys were bad, and these guys were bad also, or something. Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I should go back and play it again. But for me, I couldn't get on board.
I tell you what didn't help that game is Ghost of Tsushima. I'm pretty sure came out like 2 weeks after.
That was a fantastic game. Now that's one I can't wait for.
And
That's a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, Chad Stahelski. John
Yeah,
director.
that's gonna be yeah, man. It's only coming out with some bangers anyways on live screen TV and movies. Uncharted, I enjoyed Uncharted. It wasn't the best, but I had fun with it. But anyways, yeah.
Kyle's mum's most anticipated movie of the year.
I love it. Do you know what? I hadn't even told her about this yet. I'm going to tell her after here. I'm just going to say watch it.
So, the Bikeriders. Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy. We got a new trailer yesterday? Or the day before? No, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. I love this trailer. I've got a feeling I'm going to love this film. I'm kind of getting Legend vibes, in a way. You know, like old school gangster, old school mob, or whatever sort of vibes. I thought this trailer was badass. Obviously, I've got an affinity for stuff like this. I'm a massive Sons of Anarchy fan. I know it's not going to be the same. This is more of like a early days motorcycle club, but Austin Butler looked great in this trailer. Tom Hardy looked great in this trailer. And Jodie Comer, she's great no matter what she does. But what do you think of this trailer?
It was definitely a surprise. I wouldn't use the term badass entirely. Not as a negative. I just would use a different word. That it like I hope this movie is very long and it's giving me very not in the same story or anything like that, but just in the way it looks and kind of feels. It kind of feels like it'd be somewhat on the level of like Irishman, where it's going to be sort of realistic, obviously, and it's just it's not going to. I don't know. It just seems like a very big story needs to be told here.
Yeah.
So if that's the case and it needs to be whatever long this film is, I'm up for it because it looks pretty good. Yeah. I know you're a big Sons of Anarchy fan, so when you saw this and Tom Hardy, your face must have lit up. Also the main guy it looks like he's gonna be the main guy, but isn't he in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
He
I swear it's him. Yeah. Tex, yeah.
Elvis, obviously. Have you seen Elvis from last year?
I didn't see, I've not seen the whole film. Zara was watching it and I was playing a game on the Steam Deck or something.
The film itself...
Yeah, pretty good.
The film itself, Elvis, okay, his fucking performance. Wow. Obviously, he was going to be in Dune, which was supposed to come out this year. Next year now, he's going to be playing like the main rival to Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides. But yeah, I just got a nice vibe from this trailer. And if I might be wrong here, but if anyone's the main character in it, I know in the trailer, this might not mean anything, but in the trailer, Jodie Comer was actually billed first before Austin Butler and Tom Hardy. So
I think it'll be a similar thing of like, and that's why I get the Irishman vibe, because it's someone telling the events to like a detective or something, because you sat on like a doorstep there talking to someone. Do you know what I mean? So it could just be recalling events in a sense.
do you
And
think we'll
maybe
get Robert De Niro kicking someone?
I mean, shit, we'll never know.
That looked good, man. That looked good.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because I was like that to Zara. I was like, have you ever seen like The Irishman? And you see like Robert De Niro like kicking that guy. Which is funny. I don't know why I brought it up. I have no idea why, but
the
just
de-aged
yeah,
his face, but couldn't.
that looked good. That looked good.
Oh, the de-aging looked good. The physical movement,
Yeah, not so much.
not so much. But yeah, is this something you're going to be taking your mum to go see, Kyle?
I feel like she'll be taking me to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll watch this. Yeah,
Definitely got to ring ahead to get them wet floor signs out.
I can't lie. It gives me like a Netflixy type of film vibe. I can't lie. Not that's not like saying it's a lower standard. I mean, you got The Irishman, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to be on this big screen, which I think it's going to be. So, well, yeah, it is, 'cause it's not like a exclusive to all. But that's what it feels like. It feels like it's one of the streaming services exclusive films.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get from it. But yeah, other than that, yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, obviously based on a true story as well.
So. Yeah, I think the name of the film's a bit. It's like Armor
Riders.
Wars, the Bike Riders.
Yeah.
I mean,
wait, what about this? Is a new Ghost Rider film?
Flaming Skull Man.
Yeah. The Bike Rider. Anyway, Kyle.
Fuck's sake, here we go.
Deadpool free topic of the week.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's kind of two in this. One, no, we're going to speak about a bit more. LIEV Schreiber. Hey.
AKA Kingpin in Spider-Verse.
Yes, no.
Yeah, I swear it's him.
No.
I swear it's him. If it's that Sabretooth, I swear to God it's him. Yeah, he's also a brother to Master Chief in the Halo show.
Search it. I'm not sure if it is.
You swear to God it is.
You could prove me wrong. But is it LIEV Schreiber who does it? I'm trying to think. Is it someone else?
The Spider.
You might be right here.
I am right. Where's Kingpin? Kingpin, where are you? Yep, I'm right. Oh, wait, no, it's not. LIEV Schreiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Right, sweet. Okay.
Yep.
For some reason, in my head, I had Gerard Butler, but I knew that were wrong as soon as I thought it.
Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason.
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, definitely not.
But
yeah, no, this same, yeah. But
Sabretooth.
Yeah, anyways. Kingpin.
Out of all the rumours we have heard for Deadpool 3, this is the one I believe the most. This makes so much sense. Because what was Ryan Reynolds' first appearance as Deadpool?
Origins Wolverine, X-Men Origins.
Yeah.
Wasn't that supposed to be like a movie series where they go through all the different character origins?
Yeah.
Was that what it was? Fucking hell.
And shit, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. I liked his Sabretooth. I don't think the script serviced him well, but I think he's a good pick for it.
Yeah, he's definitely like, you can see him as Logan's brother.
Yeah. Do you think it makes sense to bring him back?
That is the stupidest question you can ask about this fucking film. This film can be whatever it needs to be, and have characters show up for whatever fucking reason. Have like Ben Affleck's Daredevil showing up. Why?
To kill him.
Because he can.
Yeah. Well,
Like I could just see fucking Deadpool making a cracking a joke of like, oh, Batman didn't turn out so well, so you come back as the Guardian Devil, something like that.
But yeah, this is going to lead on to our other topic that you say that. For what reason do this film? Why have so many people, so many, especially X-Men related Fox characters? Apparently we're going to Battleworld in Deadpool 3. Yeah, I really thought they'd be saving that for Secret Wars.
Yeah,
But
Battle World is Spidey gets the black suit from there as well, doesn't he?
Battleworld is what Doctor Doom creates once he gets the power of the Beyonder, and then he creates Battleworld, and then he segments people off into different borders in this world. You know, if you're from that reality, you stay in this border. Apparently, Ian McKellen's Magneto is going to be the leader of that sector of Battleworld, the mutant sector. So, I mean, it seems like we're just going to get everyone just dumped into this mutant freak world. You know, maybe that's why they're fighting in front of the 20th Century Fox logo and stuff like that. Maybe they are fighting in Battleworld there. But who knows? Do you think maybe it's a bit too soon to be adding Battleworld? And do you think we're going to get our version, the main MCU version of Doom, in Deadpool 3 now, possibly? Because we knew it was going to pop up before. And it's been rumoured back end of last week that Josh Hartnett has been offered the role before the actors' strike happened. What do you think? Do you think Josh Hartnett might actually be showing up as Doom in Deadpool 3?
You know what? I don't know, Callum. That's my answer. You hear so much from this film. I just don't want to go into it too thinking that this guy's going to show up, she's going to show up, this is going to happen. I don't want that too much. I'm solely basing a majority of my expectation for this film now on the pictures we got on the set. That's yeah.
We can
I mean,
speculate more when we get a first trailer, I suppose.
yeah. With Battleworld popping up, I mean, Secret Wars is going to be a big film, and it's like maybe they feature it heavily in here, or they feature it a little bit, and then they do the same thing. They feature it in Secret, or maybe they reference it or something. We don't know what they're doing. Like I said, we don't fully understand how they're doing multiverse stuff. Like they've not said exactly how the multiverse works, so we don't know yet, and we can't really speculate too much on how they're going to play it out.
Deadpool 3 could happen, and chronologically, it could be one of the last things that happens before Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So it's Battleworld is already there, but we just get more of a comedic side to it, and because I don't see Ryan Reynolds wanting to do too much heavy lifting for the Avengers franchise, or maybe he's all on board with it. Obviously, he loves Deadpool as a character, and if he can get Deadpool as involved in all his projects as much as he can, then maybe he'll try that.
I feel like it's obviously Disney bought Fox, and we've had a bit of this is the way I look at Deadpool 3 and Deadpool as a character moving forward. Is like we had the first film, we had the second film, we haven't had the third film yet. Obviously, we've had the Fox being bought by Disney. I like to think of this as like it's been a while since we had a Deadpool movie, since Deadpool 2. I like to think this is like a nice calm before the storm, where we're just gonna get a load of Deadpool good stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If they do Battleworld, I get it, yeah, but they could I trust them. They know what they're doing. Ryan Reynolds is now on board. He's probably, in talks with Kevin Feige of how to do things as well. They're all nerds. They all want to feature these characters in, and they all want them doing stuff. So they'll get it right. I know they will.
Yeah. Quick one. What do you think runtime is for Secret Wars? Go on.
Secret Wars.
Right now. Right
Oh,
now, if you had to guess, just for everything that we think might happen.
what's Endgames?
3 hours, including credits. I'm gonna go for a 3 hours, not including credits.
I'm gonna say 3 hours, not including credits.
Yeah. Like 3 hours of pure film. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that will do us for today. One thing I want to mention before we go. This is just a little side story I wanted to speak about this. Not a big deal, because I didn't want to spend too much time on a topic on it. Christopher Nolan. One of the greatest filmmakers working right now. I read this morning that he said that longer films are better than shorter films. Just quick to say to that. Don't really matter, does it? As long as it's a good film in that time slot, and it does what it needs to do in that time slot, then yeah.
I think maybe you were saying
his style of storytelling.
maybe for his own, or maybe in saying it in the context of you're just getting more. You know,
Yeah.
people want more, and they kind of get more, so it feels good to have all that. But yeah, you could have a nice short film and it'd be a masterpiece. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
But anyway, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. 42 subscribers. Last week we offered a blowy to the person from Kyle's mother to get to 40. We did it. I think that person unsubscribed because we lost a subscriber and went back down to 40 and then got back up to 41. So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're not on board with the inappropriateness.
Gotta get your mum, out there, Kyle. It's one way you will be able to see it is if you go to our local cinema when the BIKERIDERS comes out and just follow the snail trail. I hope your mum don't watch our videos, by the way.
I'm gonna show her this video right now.
Right now, this is being uploaded.
I'm showing it.
All right.
I'm gonna YouTube TV the screen in a room.
Do you think I have any shame?
Yeah, I'll do it from my room. I'm connected to Wi-Fi, so I'll just bang it on there on an Amazon Fire
Do it
Stick.
when I'm there. Yeah?
Right, end the show.
All right. See you in next episode.